Hey, this is G Butterfly, and I'm back with my Married to Medicine Season 9, Episode 2. I'm going to go through this relatively quick. I know I'm late. I know it, but it's okay. I'm going to tell you what my thoughts were on this episode. And I have decided that Mason has already stolen the show for the entire season. Mason is the cutest. Mason said he's not trying to ride that school bus because those kids are maniacs. Baby, I hollered when Mason said that. But Quad told him, I'm your transportation to school. You need to ride the school bus home. He was like, them kids too loud, they maniacs. And he said he asked them to be quiet and they keep doing what they do. So he said he not trying to ride that school bus. So Heavenly is going through menopause. I understand, Heavenly, so am I. Well, Heavenly went to see Dr. Jackie. And she told Dr. Jackie what her symptoms were, that she hadn't had a cycle in 2 months, and that she's having trouble sleeping. She doesn't have a high libido. And Jackie told her, well, it sounds like you perimenopausal. And what's her name, old crazy Heavenly was talking about, how you know I'm not pregnant? Jackie pretty much told her, girl, whatever. Let's go draw this blood. I'm going to get your numbers as far as your labs, and I'm going to give you this. She said some kind of little pellet or something. I said, hell, I probably need to check about that pellet because you know I'm on the patch. But anyway, that's a conversation for another time. We're going to get back on Heavenly and her menopause and not mine. Heavenly says she is not a part of the Mature Club. And I'm like, yes, you are if you're going through menopause, ma'am. Now, Contessa asked Lauren about her protective gear because she was outside on her skateboard and she didn't have her protective gear on. She was at the house. But you can see how her daughter is growing up. Toya came with her boys. And Toya was saying that you can see her daughter is really growing up. So Contessa and Toya was talking, and Contessa says she feels that Heavenly doesn't respect her. Because she talked about her marriage on her YouTube channel. Now, I said in the last video, Heavenly would discuss everybody from the show, not just Contessa. But I think Contessa took it more personal. But Contessa always seemed to be very emotional about everything on the show. Toya said, Heavenly will apologize, but she's going to turn around and say whatever it was she said, she's going to do it again. So Toya called Heavenly a snake. I said, that's interesting. Heavenly goes to her beauty supply and she's preparing for her upcoming grand opening. Now, it looks like the store is very, very nice. We found out it was a previous Christian bookstore. So it looked like it's pretty huge in size. And everything looks very nice, modern. And she was talking to the ladies, and the ladies was asking her. She said, y'all all right? Y'all need any help? They were like, yeah, we need help. She was like, I don't do labor. She said, I don't do labor. Anila and her husband were eating dinner, and the nanny, Miss Gomez, sat down and had a conversation with them. And Ms. Gomez was telling them both, you know I'm going back to Houston. And she said it a matter of fact, like they knew. Anila said, well, how long you going to be gone? She said, I'm not coming back. And Anita looked shocked. And Anila pretty much was saying, what is she going to do without a nanny? Because she has to blog. And prior to that, they had a scene where Anila was trying to cook the kids some breakfast, trying to get them together for school. But she was just like frazzled all over the place. And Miss Gomez was there to kind of help her get her bearings together to get the kids prepared to go to school. So they showed that scene first, so it made sense while they were sitting at the table talking to Miss Gomez, why she looked like she was just flabbergasted that Miss Gomez said that I'm not coming back. I have a home in Houston, I have a son, and I now have a grandson, and I need to be back closer to them. Do you know Anila with her old selfish ass got on my nerves? Because she was like, well, I'm just caught off guard. I want to say, no, you're not, you're lying. Because when Miss Gomez said, you know I'm going back to Houston, that means we already talked about this. And I was so glad, because if you looked at Miss Gomez's face, you can tell that they weren't going to change her mind. What she said was what she said, and she meant what she said. Miss Gomez is going back to Houston, or should I say coming back to Houston, because I'm in Houston. I thought Anila was very selfish, and she said, I just feel so blindsided. You feel lazy, Anila. That's what I think you feel like. So her husband said, you know you're an integral part of our children's lives. I say, you know what? They both are selfish because they were only thinking of themselves and their children, but they didn't put any thought into Miss Gomez and her son and her grandson. So I say, you know what, Anila, you're going to figure it out like every other mother out here. Get it together. So she and her husband just really pissed me off. So they had a grand opening. Heavenly said that she was excited about it because she put a lot of hard work into it. And she talked about she would like Contessa to be there for the grand opening. Now, We find out that her and Contessa still had not been talking, but she did call and invite her to the grand opening, and Contessa said, yes, you know, I'm very supportive. I'll be there. So cool. Heavenly would like to talk and mend their relationship because she says that she doesn't know why Contessa just completely cut off communication with her. Well, Contessa was telling Toya that she didn't like the fact that Heavenly talked about her marriage outside of their friend group. So as long as Heavenly talked about her marriage to the women in the group, it was cool. But when she talked about it on YouTube, Contessa didn't like that. So Toya, Contessa, and Simone were riding to the event together. Now, I say, looking at how they were dressed, it didn't look like they were going to the same place, because Simone looked like she had on a velvet top, Toya had on a t-shirt, and Contessa looked like she had on some kind of plastic thingy across her chest. I'm like, are they going to the same event? But hey, do what you do. Toya, Contessa, and Simone started talking about Heavenly yet again. So it looks like Heavenly is going to be the topic of conversation for the whole season, which is good, because I'm not mad at Heavenly. Heavenly on her show say that they can talk about her because all it's doing is bringing attention over there to her heavenly beauty, and she's making the she's making a good profit over there. And she said she couldn't have paid for the advertisement that she got from Bravo for taping half the show at her heavenly beauty. I said, go ahead, Heavenly. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know Heavenly my fave. Simone said that she understands why Contessa isn't fucking with Heavenly, because she drags her friends on social media. Now, if my memory serves me correct, Toya and Simone used to talk about Heavenly too. So what's good for one is good for two on this end. See, Damon was outside on the purple carpet outside of Heavenly Beauty, and he told the people that was out there that I'm not used to taking pictures. Damon always seems so meek and mild, and it's funny at the same time. Jackie brought her products to the store because Heavenly told her she could set up an area to talk about her new product, and it's called Volition, and it's a skincare for women. And she had on the cutest wedges. I don't know if anybody caught it, but they did like a quick little cut, and they showed her wedges. I said, you better go ahead, Jackie, baby. Those wedges was bad. They were bad. Now, Anita had on a cute, she had on a cute green snakeskin suit. I said, you doing that? Yes, Anita, baby. That green snakeskin suit was hella cute. Now, Heavenly gave a quick tutorial on walking down the aisle because they were going to have a fashion show and dropping it like it was hot. So Quad had some type of circular headpiece thing going on. She told him, take this shit out of my head. Somebody will see this and they'll be doing all kind of memes about me. She said, take that off. So there was a guy named Mr. Wright who came to the grand opening. And he has over 25 funeral homes in Miami. But his suit was loud and ugly. Ooh, that suit was saying too much all at the wrong time. Ooh, it was ugly. So Heavenly said that he wanted to partner with her for his wigs. And she said she never gave the funeral business much thought. But she was like, hey, if they need to buy wigs for the decedents, why not buy them from me? So at the end of the day, she formed a contract with Mr. Wright to supply his funeral homes with the wigs so that they can use for the decedents. I say, see, that's what I'm talking about. You got to think outside the box. I said, go ahead, Heavenly. Heavenly cracked on him during her confessional and said he looked like he was wearing some of the same suits from 25 years ago. I say, Heavenly is a damn fool, and I love it. When Heavenly took Mr. Wright to the back to meet Damon, did anyone notice Jackie's face when Mr. Wright walked in? Jackie was like, and I think it wasn't intentional, but when you see that suit and then him, I can see why she looked like that. That suit was a mess, and that bright yellow shirt, just a mess. Nikki Natural from Love and Hip Hop Miami was on there as well, and she was flirting with the man from Miami. She said, you married? Asked, did he have, was he married? And I'm gonna have to get your number. I said, oh, she was working him like she tried to work Trick Daddy. He told her, you need to get my number. I can only imagine what that conversation like. So they had several people from Atlanta that were like well-known people. Had Gary with the T, Miss Juicy, Tamika Scott, Carrie, who's on the show sometime. They were all there. When Contessa was showing her whole body, her outfit looked like it was a diagonal plastic gumdrop wrapper type thing. I couldn't understand what was going on with her outfit. I don't know. I don't know. That outfit wasn't hitting on nothing for me. And Toya had on shorts. So either Simone was overdressed with her Christmas velvet, Contessa was a little confused with her plastic, and Toya probably was just going there after one of her son's baseball games because that's how she looked. She had on blue jean cutoff shorts. So everybody, they attired, them three ladies looked like total Mitch Max for the event. You could tell it wasn't a real dressy event, but all three of them looked like they missed the mark. Contessa asked Simone if she was in the fashion show, and Simone said that her and Heavenly were not friends like that, and they did not have that kind of relationship. Now, Contessa said that she felt left out because Heavenly didn't ask her to be in the style show. Now, Contessa, why would you think she would ask you? And you already said, and she said, y'all haven't talked for months and months and months. Now, Heavenly's after show, Heavenly said that Contessa cut herself off from everybody because she wanted to focus on her marriage. So if you haven't talked to somebody in months, why would you think they'll just call you and say, oh, I want you to be in my fashion show? Kept saying that could have been the olive branch. Well, Heavenly, since she was the one that had to extend the olive branch, she did when she invited you to come to the event. So calm yourself down, Contessa. Contessa said, she always dragged me, but she's never around to be a true friend. Now, Heavenly said on her after show, after the reunion, right after, she talked to her for a long time. They always talked, but then she kind of got tired of the Contessa always complaining about her husband and speaking negatively about her husband. Heavenly said she told Contessa, look, if you're going to stay with your husband, stop talking about him, stop saying negative things about him, and just deal with it. But cut all the negativity out. That's some of the problem right there. And she said after that, Contessa never talked to her again. So I guess eventually it's going to get to the point where we're going to see a conversation between the two on one of the future episodes. After the fashion show was over, because Jackie was in the fashion show walking down with like a tannish brown looking wig. And Toya going to say, oh, I forgot. That looks like one of the wigs from the hooker line because, you know, Heavenly is selling wigs to hookers. I'm like, well, hookers got money too. Even though I wouldn't have never assumed that Jackie wig, the one she had on, was for a hooker. It just looked like for somebody who like kind of big hair that's kind of brownish. But Toya, being a hater, gonna say that, oh, that's from the hooker line. I'm like, you know what? Hooker line, whole line, whatever kind of line you want to call it. If it's selling, I ain't mad at Heavenly for selling it and making that money. Now, Toya, what you got going on, Toya? What you got going on? Because in all these episodes and all these seasons, I don't remember Toya having nothing going on. That's why Heavenly be getting on her ass because she don't have nothing going on and always trying to run them out. So somebody in the presence of Contessa asked Heavenly, who was in a fashion show. She said, oh, I asked the ladies that I regularly talk to all the time. That's who was going to be in a fashion show. So Contessa got mad and walked off and said that I'm in my feelings. I'm like, Contessa, please. This is not the time nor the place. If you that irritated, get your Uber and go home. Because this lady's trying to not launch her business, but show the grand opening of her business. And she got a lot of people she got to, mix and mingle with. And catering to you and your sour attitude is not going to be a good look. So calm down, Contessa. Simone said, Heavenly is like a queen on a throne in the hood. Now, Simone, what you got going on besides your OBGYN business? That's not to say there's anything wrong with that, because I think it's fantastic that you're a physician and you're doing a damn thing in that area. Well, what else you got going on? Don't try to talk about Heavenly. Heavenly has shown that she is multifaceted and that she's able to have multiple businesses with multiple streams of income. She and Damon both. But you always a hater, Simone, when it comes to Heavenly. That's why Heavenly gets your ass together too. Heavenly was walking down the runway. And she said, and she did some kind of little drop. You know, she did her little drop. And it's so funny because Damon was looking at her and he was just smiling. And he said, I seen you drop it. And she was like, I know you did, baby. And it just his look on his face, Damon, is so funny to me. Because you could tell that he seemed like he's just a really shy guy. And Heavenly is probably like total opposite from him. But that was a cute little scene between those two right there. A Quad's wig was really, really cute because I liked it was black and had like waves in it. So that was really cute. And Simone talking about, oh, she found her niche as a model. And she did really well. Here come Anila. I say, Lord. And it's so funny because in Heavenly's after show, she said Anila wasn't even supposed to be in the fashion show. Anila just put herself in it. And she came walking down a one-way spraying all sheen everywhere. I say, Lord, whoever got to walk behind her gonna fall, because she must don't realize that all sheen is just that oil sheen and it's gonna make the floor slick. And then you hear Heavenly say, girl, you gonna make somebody fall, you know. So the grand opening was ultimately a success for Heavenly, Alora, and Damon. Everyone seems to have had a good time, and I'm quite sure she probably made some money that night. She's in her after show, she said that once the grand opening was over, she got so many orders via email, so many people was calling, people was coming to the store, and she said her sales were just booming. And she said, again, she could not have paid for the type of advertisement and exposure she got from Bravo shooting at her store. I said, all right, Heavenly, that's all right. Toya had to be a little slick, because Toya said when Heavenly made a reference about the contract with the funeral director out of Miami, Toya said dead people would want to get a nice, cheap, cheesy wig from Heavenly's beauty supply. I say, you hating, Toya? I think so. Because we still ain't figured out what Toya got going on. But, I mean, she may. They just don't show it on the show. So Heavenly asked for the ladies to come to the back and take a picture. Now, I don't think she was asking for Toya nor Contessa. I think she was asking for the ladies who was actually on the runway with her fashion show. Contessa was like, all stank in the face, like she don't want to go. Why she asking me to come? I say, girl, she not asking you to come. She really want the ladies who was in the fashion show with her. So then Toya got her to walk back there, and she was walking like she just really didn't want to go. I'm like, ooh, that nasty attitude. She should have stayed home. But that was the end of that episode. So I'm really looking forward to the next episode next week. It looks like it's going to be a little drama when they have an intervention. So hopefully it looks like episode 3 is going to be a whole lot better, because they're going to do an intervention. And it almost looked like that Contessa, and it looks like Heavenly going to be trying to hug Contessa, but Contessa going to be bucking up on her. I said, all right, we'll see how that's going to turn out. But let's just hope that the rest of the season is a little bit better than episode 1 and 2. Because for me, I think 1 was definitely slow. It was a snoozer. But 2 was a little bit better. So we'll see. So this G Butterfly, get in the comments and tell me, what do you think about episode 1 and episode 2? And, you know, I get in the comments and I'll talk with you. I'll talk to y'all later. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come on another video. Bye.